On September 9th, the House Energy and Commerce Committee convened to discuss the future of 911 communications, known as Next Gen 911. Dr. Brian Fontes, former CEO of the National Emergency Number Association, was invited to share his expert insights on what it will take to modernize our emergency response systems. Watch the full recap right here.
How do you envision AI being utilized to enhance emergency response in the future, and how can Congress help to make that a reality? Dr. Fontes, please.
Thank you. Thank you for that question. I am a real strong believer in any new technology. AI is that. I think in the 911 field right now, it's early. It's an early entrant. But looking to the future, to your question, I think AI can do a lot to enhance the information coming into the 911 center and ultimately distributed to those who are the field responders. You can do simultaneous translations. You may be able to assess the situational awareness by factors that the human eye or the human ear cannot detect so easily. That would allow that 911 professional to perhaps follow up with more specific questions. Being able to garner that information is critically important to make sure that our field responders are fully prepared for the situation that they're going to participate in.
As a technologist myself, these call centers, they already have computers, they already have communications. From my standpoint, Next Gen 911 is just software. It's software on the consumer side, maybe with the cell phone operators. It's software on the call center side. How on earth does it cost $15 billion? I mean, where does that money go if it's just software that we're talking about?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate your question. I would contend that it isn't just software. Many of our 911 centers don't even have broadband capabilities. So there's that connectivity issue that has to take place. There also has to be the technology in the centers to enable the utilization of data and information coming in. And a lot of these centers don't have that type of technology that would enable what I call information-rich or data-rich 911 calls. So if it were just a computer solution, it would have been there a long time ago. It's far more than that. It's planning, it's coordination at state level, it's backroom management of information and data and files and records, and the list goes on. Hopefully you'll have an opportunity to, if you haven't already, go to a 911 center and see what it is that's going on there, and to ask them how this project that they're engaged in is different than the legacy 911 systems we have today.
Sure, yeah, I have done that, and I have asked that.
Good.
And the centers that I went had broadband and had computers. So, as a software guy myself, this seems like a software problem. It sure seems like we should be able to solve it for less than $15 billion.
How would securing full funding for the next generation 911 system improve the ability of emergency services to receive and utilize critical data, including text, photos, videos, during emergency calls?
Thank you for the question. And it's a simple question that is very complicated. The simple answer is funding. And funding is essential. There's no question about it. Communities, tribal lands, rural areas may have challenges maintaining both the legacy system while they're transitioning to a next generation 911 system at cost. So there's an opportunity here to move 911 into the 21st century. As I said earlier, 911 is the weakest link between the public and their broadband capabilities and public safety responders with their broadband capabilities. 911, if in a next generation 911 environment were to actually happen, the information-rich associations with those calls coming in will benefit the public, will benefit the ability of the field responders to respond appropriately for the emergency registered. Funding is the key issue.
How critical is a strong broadband connection to utilizing the fullest extent of next generation 911 systems?
Well, unfortunately, next generation 911 systems don't exist nationwide. There are states that are in various stages of deployment of next generation 911 systems. Many have deployed what we call ESI nets or emergency service internet protocol networks that allow for the movement of information. But next generation 911 is so much more than that. Therefore, the information coming in from the public or sensors or anything that would come into 911 is in large part, if there's any data or information associated with that, would be dummied down in large part for voice communication. Now, there are situations where some centers are capable of receiving data that would enable our field responders to respond more effectively. It is imperative that we have next generation 911 deployed so that the broadband capability from the consumer, the person dialing 911, goes to a broadband next generation 911 system into an IP-based broadband public safety communications network. We have to make sure that all the links in the full chain of command of public safety are current in technology.
We frequently discuss AI and its potential impact on this committee. Emergency communications are no different. AI will change the game. Dr. Fontes, you also note that Next Generation 911 will allow Americans to send texts, images, videos, and other forms of data directly to call centers, data that could be enhanced or triaged through AI tools. How do you see AI shaping the effectiveness of Next Generation 911 in practice, and what safeguards should Congress consider to ensure that this technology strengthens rather than complicates the emergency response system?
Thank you for your question. And AI is beginning to enter into the 911 space. In a next generation 911 environment, when data are allowed to come into 911 centers, videos, et cetera, the use of AI, as I would envision it, would allow us to either have supporting tools that may hear or see something that the human ear or eye cannot see or hear. And so therefore, it may provide more correct situational issues, enabling the field responders to know what they're going into when they respond to that emergency. I think there's also a variety of opportunities dealing with language translations, transcripts, record maintenance in the backroom aspects of next generation or 911 systems writ large. But you need that next generation 911 system to have that data flow into the 911 centers. So that is one of the fundamental aspects I believe is critical to the use of advanced technologies like AI in serving the best possible 911 service to the public.
For more congressional news, stay tuned to Congress Clips, and thanks for watching.